Alright, evening all. We haven't got an awful lot of time before Handmade Hero, so let's get on with it. I just wanted to look quickly into a couple of things that was screwed up yesterday. It is the next links. So should close that tab really. This is generated by the new program, or by the same program but in the new code. It doesn't link to the next episode, but it does link to the previous one. It can't do that, and you also can't run the program twice, right? If I run it now, it just crashes. So that's having generated something. So that's the other thing I want to look at. I want to look at the generation of the next thingy and the running of the program twice. Now, I want to try and see if the if the next link can ever get written at all. So let's see how I can do that. I think when I produce this 507, I think the 508 should already been written. So let's see if the 507 works. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I can successfully output that and this. So what does that mean? It means that it can get the neighborhood. So basically, if I go to HTML to buffers, that is telling us that this neighborhood is having its prev and next. It's having its next link set correctly. But when right, yeah, so when you come into 514, for example, 513 should get its next pointer set up. It should get it updated to link to the correct person, but it's not doing. So that's the issue. So 7 is pointing back to 6. I think let's also look at 8. Let's see what 8 is pointing back to. So 8 is pointing back to 505. Okay. So basically what's happening is that the fixing up of pointers isn't working. So we need to figure that out. See what's going on there. So what does that happen? So insert into DB, get neighborhood. Link neighbors, this is going to be it, isn't it? So link to new entry. So okay, yeah, so this ain't, it's basically this that's not getting the right thing in. Insert neighbor link from end pre to end this. Now, I wonder if this end pre index isn't happening, because basically we were using the end pre index greater than or equal to 0 to sort of denote that the pre was set at all, but we don't really need that anymore because we can just use the pointer directly. It's possible that this though isn't correctly working. So we've got the from and the to. If we've got a to, the link backwards. Let's first of all just I mean, it could just be that. And also the other function, the link over new entry, could be the same deal. So we're looking at 508. It's currently pointing back to 505, but it should be pointing back to 507. It should be fixed up to point to 507. Is it fixed up? No. So that isn't true. Isn't right. It didn't crash there, which was kind of a nice thing to see. So I guess let's do get neighborhood. Yeah, should we do that? So we've got the base file name there, which is going to be the actual the working this HTML base file name. Let's say when we're processing 508, so let's just say the what is it? Yeah, we can use this, I think. Code 587, is it? 507, 508 rather. Oops. Then let's break it, equal to 3 and print F. That just stomps, well, it should stop the warning from happening. Strings match, working this. Oh right, you need to wrap it up. That's unfortunate. So I guess let's just use the base file name that's coming in, because that will have been passed in, won't it? I think. Alright. So let's try and get this neighborhood. Should we get it for an addition? I think we can also, at this point, the name, so we can have a look at some stuff. Really? Oh yeah, it's the project index. So apparently there's 173 entries. So that's all our stuff. Looks fine to me. And the current entry is apparently the end this index -1. So there's 172. Okay. So what we're looking to see really in this case, we're trying to set the prev to be 507 essentially. So the first entry is code 081. That's right, because that's the first one that we process for which we've got all the correct credentials. So can I just do first entry plus 170? Yeah, I can. Cool. So the first entry, and we're saying that the there were how many entries? We're saying there's 173 entries, so I should be able to. I think that should be the last one, and then this shouldn't be able to do reference, should it? Yeah, this is onto a new thing. It's up to the assets block, which we shouldn't actually get up to. Yeah, well that's fine. So basically, what we want to be finding is, and this entry size, so for 505, actually now that I think about it, this isn't the case I want to be looking at, is it? I actually want to be looking at this 507 case, don't I? Because I want to be fixing up the Prev link of episode 508, right? And we don't have 509 yet. So yeah, I guess this isn't the right test. Let's try that again. It's really 507 I want to be looking at, because that should get added after 508. Okay, so now if we just look at the project index pointer, there's now 307 entries. That's 308, so that's well below 317. We've got the first entry, so let's have a look at the first entry. Yep, perfect. So we're looking to say that this index is 506. Yeah, right. Now, if we look at the next guy, that's 508. So it's the next that we want to be setting, right? Yeah, so let's see what happens. So currently the entry index we said was 308. So we're looking to find the previous entry, aren't we? Yeah. Actually, let's just see what 507 actually gives us. Does that link to the... Oh, yeah, of course, because we're writing it now, aren't we? But I suppose we can also... I mean, we can see that 508 is there, and 506 is here. 506 is linking back to 505, and this is probably linking to 508. Yeah, you can see it just down there. So this is linking to 508. Really... Let's see first of all if 506 gets set as the Prev. It does. So now let's see if 508 gets set as the next. Apparently we know that we're adding. So entry index is equal to this index. So what is it, entry index now? 309. Wasn't it 308 before? The entry index was 308. So what is the first entry plus the entry index? That is 508. Okay. primary final. That's our default. Now the size is greater than 4427. We haven't got end set. So yeah, then we just set the next to 508. Okay. So you saw what happened there. We've got Prev set, got next set, and this is still to come, I think. So when we produce 307, this is going to have the right things. So this is going to be able to correctly link to either guy, either person. No question about that, I don't think. Update neighborhood pointers. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's just to do with cycling the file. So that's fine, I think. Isn't it? Yeah, in fact, let's have a look at that. So, shit, yeah, so now Previous next gets blanked out. Okay. So I think I see what's going on. Get neighborhood happens, but after doing get a neighborhood, we don't actually write that back into the dude. So get neighborhood, after it's done its job, we need to say we need to say at least this. Did I save that? So we're looking at 507, which currently links up to, sorry, looking at 506, which currently links to 508. And now links to 507, so that's perfect. That links, that's not right, I don't think, is it? So LRU texture handle, LRU texture handle, hang on, texture handle reuse. So now, so that's linking back to 507. This is linking forward to 507, so it's now linking forward correctly, but it's linking backwards incorrectly. Let's see where this links to, or actually let's see where 508 links back to. That's linking back to 509, yeah, so okay, so we've got something busted. So we've done an addition. Prev this next. Prev. Oh, we're looking at. That's not going to help, is it? That's going to be why everyone's linking back to the Prev, because that's the one that we set. Yeah, so now 508 is linking back to 507 correctly. I think it was previously linking it forwards to 509 correctly anyway. I think 507 we suggested would link anyway, link to the correct dues, and it is 506, you can see down there, and 508 you can see over there, and 506 is linking back to 505, which it might have done anyway. 507, yep, perfect. So I think we've nailed that particular problem. This is linking 524 is linking back to 523, and it's apparently it's the current end. Is that true? Yeah, so 524 is apparently the most recent one. .523 is linking back to 522, and it's linking forward to 524. Okay, perfect. So that's fine. So now, what's going on here? Binary search for metadata landmark. Also, let's just tick the thing off. Actually, we're not fully testing this hashing, this hash sniping. So let's leave that. Let's leave that there. So this here, the index probably never gets set while nprev does its investigate why. We've just done that. We still have the index, the indices. Yeah, we haven't looked at that. So now the problem is in read parameter buffer. Is it? So the first time I ran it, the problem was somewhere else, wasn't it? Skip project. Yeah, okay, so the first time I ran it, after having run it, like the first subsequent run of the program, was crashing with a read of size 4 in binary search for metadata landmark. And then the next run was crashing on 2505 in skip project with a read of size 8. So let's investigate those. Oh, we've got 3 still going in there. So that would have been when that was 507, wasn't it? Yeah. So binary search metadata landmark 2424. That is trying to do a reader size 4 upper landmark entry index. So the upper landmark is apparently the first landmark plus the size of that. Now I think I'm not doing this correctly. I think that's all that's going on there. I'm not 100% sure. First landmark. Yeah, I mean we are casting it to a DB landmark now. This could be passed in as that. I'm not sure how this wasn't failing earlier. The upper landmark is that. Yeah, let's just see if this is just the only problem. Because basically the way pointer arithmetic works, which I didn't understand, and I still might not fully understand it actually, but the way it seems to work is that when you increment, when you do like a plus to something, you're basically talking about multiples of this size. You're not talking about, so lower, pivot, and upper are just integers, right? They're just going to be like 0, entry count, whatever that is, and the halfway point. Now, I was kind of used to incrementing stuff by, I was basically doing pointer arithmetic on characters, car stars basically, so that they're always moving in bytes. So when you like add 1 to a byte, you're like moving 1 byte further along, which is kind of misleading in the pointer arithmetic case, because a multiple of 1 byte is still, it's just like the number that you're multiplying by, but a multiple of a dB landmark is going to be a different amount. Oops. Gosh, all these L's. I think I was trying to go by L. So I think if I just change these guys to do it like this, I think that's more like what you actually want. I think that'd be the correct pointer arithmetic. And since I've done that there, maybe there's many more places that it's screwed up. But like I say, I'm not sure how we got away with that earlier. Because I would have surely been talking about pointers to landmarks. So yeah, I don't know. So we've still got read of size 4 on 2424. If the entry index is greater than the upper landmark entry index, if the upper, is there a slick way of doing this? Let's step into it and see what's going on. Pretty sure I at least built it. So run it once successfully. And then we're failing in 2423. So let's just jump to so there's apparently 328 landmarks for whatever asset we're on. We don't have the neighborhood. I guess it could be instructive maybe to look at the signposts. Previous index are not set. The assets block is set, and that's apparently this number of bytes into the file. The project is set also, and that's set before the assets block. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So we're talking about an edit at this position here, 53778. So that's some way into the assets block, which means that since these two, the project header and the assets block, are before the edit, that means that those guys should not be offset. So we've got a landmark count of whatever that was, 300 odd. Let's have a look at the lower landmark. Entry index -1, position 221. Yeah, I can buy that. I think position is the number of bytes into the HTML file. So that jumped right over that upper landmark. is entry index 326 and position 441. Project generation. This project index is incomplete. Basically, we still need to get this stuff sorted out properly. It's going to work. Well, at least it should work because we only have the one project. So there's going to be one generation, and so generation 0, index 0 is going to be pointing to the what? Well, it's not pointing, but it's indexing into the only project that exists. Now, if the entry index is greater than the upper landmark entry index, it's possibly not crashing chaos, isn't it? Frankly. But now that I've done that thing that I just did, you know, indexing into these in this fashion, these definitely look like landmarks. Like, I can believe that these are the actual locations of these things. You know, there's nothing that looks garbage in here. And entry index -1 is, that just denotes the search page. So I guess we continue maybe. Maybe we'll have to continue until it crashes. But how would we know where we're up to? Entry index. So this is talking about entry index. Landmark counts. First landmark. Well, hang on a minute. Wasn't it crashing on the very first entry? The first landmark has now moved because it's a different asset. That's fine. And this is going to be probably one of the guys lower down. So it's entry 326. Yeah, it's basically going to be like, it's going to be one of these probably. The this script, JavaScript. That's probably 77k into the file. So that's the neighborhood of this location. Edit type 4. I assume that's okay. I mean, we could actually use the type, couldn't we? The actual type of the enum in here. So this could resolve to something sane, I think, possibly. So there's one landmark for this particular asset. That's going to be the search page. Right, there's only going to be one link to this, Cinera_search.js. Did that just return the result there? I think it possibly did. So we've appended 82. Hold on a second. Why have we appended 82? We're running this for the second time. Shouldn't this be reinserting? Ah, so that's screwed up. So we've got code 81 and code 81 twice. Okay. Yeah, in fact, everyone's duplicated. Oh, sorry. No, that's fine. What we're talking about there is the base file name and the output file name. So this is okay, actually, to have in each entry, have two things. So that was code 82. So is there anything unusual about that? We are definitely running it for the second time. We must be, because we generated all of this stuff. Where are the assets? The assets aren't there. That's probably our problem, isn't it? So we've got the Cinera at the Proj, and then we've got all of the actual entries for this, for the Handmade Hero project. Handmade Hero is up here. So there's code and there's Handmade Hero. Then you've got code, Handmade Hero. So it looks like the assets pointer is not being set correctly. So when we do init, so there's that signpost getting set. Again, there's the assets block signpost going set. Did we get the Cinera? I wonder. Yeah, not getting Cinera. Let's just delete the thing, run it once. And then look at the database. So most of this should look the same. 81, 81, 82, 82, right? We've got Cinera, this is the main 4cc, the Prev 4cc. Go right down to the bottom of the file, and we've got after our dudes, we've got the assets block. Right, this is the stuff that we're missing. All of this lot is missing. So that's our question. It's like, where's that going? So how do we determine that? So, I mean, first of all, we could look at why we don't think that we're even reinserting at all, can't we? Right, we should find it, right? When we're binary searching for metadata entry. We should be able to find it. I mean, I presume that end this isn't going to be set. Yeah, it's not set. Despite... So the input file is code 001, so it's looking to see... Oh, actually, I suppose, yeah, that could be true. Yeah. So yeah, I guess technically it's going to skip all of these dudes. We really need a way to say... Base file name. Okay, so it's code, it's that. Yeah, I think we need a way to kind of jump into this at code 081. But I think I just heard Casey go live, probably. Yeah, Hamid here is now live. So I'll call it there. We've at least fixed the pointing to the right people problem. That's what I'll just call the stream that. Just, I don't know, database prev next pointers, maybe prev next links. Yeah, but that's it for now, and we'll continue looking into this whole situation next time, whatever this situation is. Yeah, what is the situation? The asset thing doesn't seem to be getting written out properly. So yeah, that's your lot. Thanks very much for watching. Here's Inheritance. Done a good 45 minutes there. One of the shorter streams. Until next time. Farewell for now.